everyone, my name is Miss Smith. Welcome to Back to School Night for Honors Chemistry. Let's get started. So I wanted to provide a little bit about me. So I'm originally from the Poughkeepsie area. I graduated from John Jay High School, so not so far away. I did go to school upstate at SUNY Oswego, where I studied chemistry and public justice. In addition to that, I also studied a minor in forensic science. And then I went back for a brief program. I got my advanced certificate in behavioral forensics. So really, really cool program, and I really loved that. So this is my second year at Lourdes. So your child this year is going to be learning a lot of stuff in our honors chemistry class. So this is an outline of all the topics that we plan to cover this year. So we're going to start with matter and change, go into the atom and then the periodic table. We're going to go into all different types of chemical bonds. We're going to focus just on gases for a little while. Then we hit a unit called stoichiometry, which is all about balancing equations. We're also going to talk about solutions, acids and bases, and pH values. Then into the kinetics of different reactions. And then finally, we're going to finish the year talking about nuclear chemistry and organic chemistry. So we do have a lot on our docket for the year. But it's going to be a lot of cool stuff, and I'm pretty excited. So our main course goals, firstly, is developing analytical thinking skills. So this class is going to challenge your students in different ways. They're going to be able to pose questions and seek their own answers. The next thing we will do is spend a lot of time in the lab, developing lab skills. Some of them will be done virtually like last year, but we're hoping this year to do a lot more hands-on stuff. And the required amount of lab time we will be reaching is 1,200 minutes. In addition, your students will also be able to learn how to properly interpret scientific data. So now into course policies, specifically for homework. We will have quite a few homework assignments over the course of the year. So all of that's going to be posted on Canvas. If your student happens to be absent, just have them check the Canvas page or email me directly. I'm more than happy to provide an update about what we did in class for those days that may have been missed. Now into our late policy. I'm okay with moving deadlines if necessary. I understand life happens. So just communicate with me if you think that something might be late, or after the fact, tell me, hey, my Wi-Fi wasn't working or something. I'm very lenient about that because it happens to all of us. So anything that's not approved by me, though, will result in a loss of some points. Our grading guidelines are as follows. That's going to be 40% of the grade as tests, 20% is different quizzes and projects, 15% of the grade is strictly labs, 15% is homework and classwork, and then lastly, we have a smaller amount, about 10% is going to be for participation. So there's a bunch of different ways to succeed in chemistry. The first is to ask questions in class and via email. I do not shy away from answering any single question. So I'm definitely looking forward to all of the cool questions that I'll be getting. Next is completing assignments on time and taking the time to complete them, and then also reading directions carefully. Since chemistry is a cumulative subject, it's important that if something isn't understood right off the bat, then we talk about it then and try to debunk what's happening before it becomes a really big issue. The next is going to be active class participation, trying to answer questions, participating in discussions, and then lastly, making mistakes, because we've all made mistakes, especially in science. It's part of learning. So we're expecting that a little bit this year. In addition, for each unit, I plan to provide some extra practice questions so your students can reinforce all these different topics that we're going to be covering. And then I also will be holding extra help sessions after school. You can't see it right here, but it does say in room 106, and that's just our classroom that we have for chemistry. So looking ahead, some important dates. In January, there will be a midterm examination. And then in June of next year, we will be having the Regents exam as well as a separate in-class final. So if you have any questions, please let me know. My email is listed here. You can also feel free to leave me a voicemail, but I do check my email very regularly. So that's probably the easiest way to get in contact with me. But I'm hoping that we have a good year, and I'm sure I'll see you guys.